In this segment, we're going to demonstrate occlusion testing using the IPA-3400. Most infusion pumps have the ability to detect whether there is an occlusion in the tubing or in the patient. So to run that test, we'll select occlusion test. The pump is going to monitor the downstream pressure, and if it gets too high, it's going to stop pumping. And the occlusion test gives us the ability to measure the pressure during that test and determine when exactly does the infusion pump stop. The benefit of the IPA-3400, the extra feature that it has, is that we can measure the volume that was delivered during that test. So we can configure the start condition. This can either be automatic or manual. So just like the flow testing, the automatic will wait until pressure builds up, and when it detects that change in pressure, it'll start the test. Or manual, it'll start immediately as soon as I hit the start button. So I like the automatic mode. We'll go ahead and do that. The test parameter, we can either have no test parameter if we don't care, we just want a number, or if we're looking for pass-fail information, we can put in limit. So we say it has to be at least or no more than 12 psi, and it has to be at least 3 psi in order to be a good test. We can start the test here, and we'll go over to our infusion pump and configure that for a given flow rate. We're going to use 200, nice even number. And once I start that, the IPA-3400 is now configured for an occlusion test, so it's going to block the flow of fluid. So when I start this, the pump is now going, it's delivering fluid into this tubing, and nothing is happening. So we're not moving at all. So it's pumping into a complete occlusion. And the pump stopped, it said occluded. Now I can say alarm here. And what it did was it released that occlusion, and it measured the volume that was delivered during that occlusion. So our peak pressure was, there we go, silence that for a little bit. So this shows us that the peak pressure was 11.8 psi. It occurred after 9 seconds of delivery, and the amount of fluid that was delivered in that period of time was 0.438 milliliters. So we can compare that to our specification for the pump and determine whether that is good or bad. But this shows us what happened. So the pressure was building, it detected the occlusion, it stopped pumping, and that's when we told it the alarm. We triggered the alarm, and it measured the volume that was delivered in that period of time.
Thank you for watching this BC Group International production. For more information about our extensive line of BC Biomedical products and products from our vendor alliances, browse BC Marketplace online at bcgroupstore.com. BC Group, we are your one-stop biomed shop.